when he got out of the car, there was no monkeys. I was like, something hinky's going on here. So.
Well, the season has started and we've been called out to the top of the mountain. It's about 25 kilometers away from us, somewhere down in the forest. Becky and them met a guy who apparently his wife's got the babies. We don't know why he didn't bring them with him, but in any event, he's given them directions to find the little one at her house, and that's where they're on their way to now.
22.1. 22.2. Do you remember what it was?
No, I don't remember. 3. 3? She said 3.
0.7.
So 7, okay.
Is it this one?
There was 5, so...
Okay. This one. Should be this one or the next one? Next one.
6.
This one.
Yeah, so 7.
Hiya. Hi. Good. Sorry about that, we got a little bit lost. Hello. I see you have a monkey. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they're small. Very small. I just want to say goodbye.
That's okay.
Hi.
Let me ask you a little bit about them. How did you find them?
And I asked the 2 guys at work,
Yeah.
found them, and they called them to call my husband. So my husband told them, okay, just give them to me, we will call somebody to look after them.
Okay. Do you know
So
whereabouts?
we were scared for
Yes.
the people can take them, because when they get in the wrong hands,
Yes, of course.
yeah.
So whereabouts does your husband work? Did they find them at work or is it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So he just brought them to me, so I just look after them. So
Perfect.
I was scared to call.
Monkeys.
So I don't have to worry anything
No,
anymore.
no, no, of course.
I didn't sleep from yesterday.
Oh,
I didn't sleep, so my house is a mess. Everything is a mess.
I
So
get
now
that.
I can start cleaning quickly, because I was too scared to sleep, because I want them to be...
Yes, no, that's
Okay.
perfect. No, thank you very much for all you've done.
But they were so dirty and wet, so I just bathed them a little bit with baby shampoo and stuff.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
First babies of the season are just arriving. Hello.
We have 2 babies.
And an intern. Hello,
an
welcome.
Ellie has them. So we have a boy and a girl.
Hello, hello.
So we've got a little girl on the top, oh she's awake, a little boy on the bottom.
So it's Monday in the evening and baby season has officially started with a little teeny tiny girl and a super adorable little boy. He's a Riddler.
Yes, it's a little bit chilly on your little dangly thing. This is so strange. It's so strange. Hello. Did you get a little picture? Oh.
Yeah.
This doesn't taste nice.
No. You're a good girl though. So good.
So when giving meds, it doesn't matter how their head should just be tilted, but not...
Yeah, you don't want them on their back, you always want them at a little bit of an angle. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you there. You're a good girl.
You got it.
Almost done. Look at you, big girl, 2 years old, and always trying to... Look at that. No. Yeah, we should just draw a little thing when we can see. And it would be good if we got a marker at some point as well. And wrote the boy and the girl so we know who's having what.
No, that's the 3, that's the 2, this is the 1. 2 here. Oh, sorry.
Quite pale, but not completely white. So we're checking their hydration. Obviously, you've seen this many times. You can see that it's staying. It's not really going back. So they haven't had a lot. We'll try and get a bit more into them. We want to check for broken bones. So I'm just feeling, obviously you've got to be very gentle, they're very new. Feeling for any broken, checking all the fingers. We know, what am I doing poking you? So I'm going to check the other arm. She's moving very well. It seems like nothing's, wait, no.
She's been looking at you like,
What am I doing?
what are you doing?
Gotta be so gentle. So teeny weeny. Everything. Right. And the tail sometimes too. When they were found, apparently they had a lot of blood on them. Yeah. Yeah, this is the girl.
They're not twins, are they?
I don't think so.
This is night 1 with babies Abu here and Josephine here. We've just had some milk. Now we're going to have a little nap with Mummy Monkey Ted. They're very sweet, very tired little babies, but now they're safe and with us. So they'll be fed every 2 hours using a tiny little syringe and a miracle teat to make sure that they don't aspirate, which is where fluid goes into the lungs. This is little Abu. And little Josephine.
While in the initial stages, one of the most difficult parts with these little ones is actually getting them to drink the milk formula. You must remember some of them have had it changed. These 2 little ones probably have never ever tasted mother's milk because it seems like their mum was killed on the same day as they were born. But even that the people would have had them before us would have tried to feed them some kind of formula. And this is also a lucky thing that they don't take to it so easy, and is why people actually give them up so quickly, is because they battle to get them to drink. And at this age it's actually very essential that it's done properly and very, very carefully, because if you do it wrong, of course they get the milk in their lungs and they'll actually start getting pneumonia and can possibly die from it. So we have to be very, very careful what we do. Always an experienced person, in this case Becky, is going to be feeding them. We do find that they drink a lot better when they're actually sleeping, but one must remember it's a change of milk formula. Going over to what we use is a soya-based milk formula, which basically works a lot better for these youngsters. It also stops the diarrhea, and they don't get as much diarrhea and things like that with it. Also, for the other big reason is they're not cows, so they don't grow to the same extent as what a little baby calf would be. But feeding them in this stage is very, very essential, and that's why we're using a 1 ml syringe. In this case, we're using one of these special Wonder teats to feed them with. That's a lot more accurate when you're giving milk. So that nothing happens. But you can see how tiny these little guys are. I mean, it's 2 days old, we really got to be careful, and we've got to make sure they do get the right probiotics and things like this, because they would have had none of that from their moms, which is another big problem.
The amount of flow that goes into their mouths, so that they don't aspirate.
It's going to take a while to actually tell the two apart. This is little Abu at the moment, getting milk first, then the little fluffy blanket. But yeah, although they look completely different, it's just difficult in the initial stages if you're not actually working with them to know who's who. And Abu does look a little bit smaller than Josephine. So yeah, we'll just have to see how they go. Of course, getting them rehydrated and back onto the milk and making sure they're picking up the right amount of weight is very important. So it's going to be a lot of feedings more often. This is little Josephine at the moment getting her milk. She looks a little bit more awake. And of course, as I was saying, they have to get fed every 2 hours, and just keep on trying just so we can get their weight and everything up to normal and make sure everything's going well. So the initial stages are probably your most worrying aspect, just to make sure they are drinking and they want to actually live, because sometimes it's at this point that they kind of give up, especially when they're so young. And we have to be very careful that they don't get any milk into their lungs, because they're too young to cough or anything like that, and they basically will end up kind of drowning. So yes, let's just hope these little two are going to do well. So far it's looking good. Becky and them are doing a very good job there, and I'm sure things are going to work out just fine.
Little Miss Josephine wants to go on the move. Where are you, darling? Where are you going?
As you can see, the coordination is not quite there. So although they develop very quickly, and it's not going to take long before she masters her arms and legs, in the initial stages it's still quite tricky for them to get used to these new limbs and how they actually work.
You can't squish a boo. That's not very nice.
So little Abu, should I say, sleeping in, but not actually, just enjoying the comforts of a nice little fluffy blanket, and getting the much needed sleep that these little guys need. So they do basically just feed and sleep, and then try and get coordination with their little arms and legs, and try and move around a little bit, but that is quite strenuous for them. You must realize they're just a day or so old at this point. So this will be the next morning with us. So they've been through the evening. Things are looking a lot better. So they've been fed every 2 hours throughout the night, and probably early this morning, and they're still sleeping in while the volunteer caretaker is getting everything ready and sorted out. You can see that little face is like sort of saying, I'm not ready to get up yet, just another 5 minutes. But yeah, can you get cuter than that? Unbelievable. And just watch their progress. It's good to see how they go from here. You've seen how they're wobbling and trying to find their feet, and it's quite amazing how quickly these little guys are able to get around and start climbing and playing, and actually see what's going on.
Josephine has the hiccups. backyards. It's about as coordinated as it gets when you're this small.
Is she trying to walk?
You can just see how interested little Josephine is of the world around her. She seems to be the one that's a lot more awake, very interested in what's happening and things going on in front of her, which is really great. It's just one thing from our side, with them losing their mother so early or not getting to know their mother. The trauma is not so bad, or doesn't affect them so badly, because they don't really know what normal is at this point in time. So the hardest part for us is at least that they're not crying and crying constantly for the mom that they've lost, which happens as they get slightly older and get to know their mother. The point here is, because they're pretty much newborn, is trying to get them to feed and drink initially, because it's a lot more difficult than it seems. And as I said earlier, one of the reasons why people hand them in, because they just can't get them to drink, and they start getting dehydrated very, very quickly and go downhill very, very fast. And also this is, people think they're very, very cute at this time, and also sometimes start feeding them the wrong things, because these little guys can be hungry. They might drink any kind of liquid that comes across, and people do come up with very strange kinds of recipes to feed young animals without really getting any background knowledge on it, which can cause a lot of problems later on in their lives.
So we're just with baby intern Gail from France. She has just started learning to feed the little ones. So she's currently got Abu, who has decided he doesn't like his milk this morning. But she's doing really well, as is he. How long have you been here? 2 days? 3?
3 days?
3 days now. So our baby interns stay here for 6 months, and they do a lot of the baby work. So it's good to get them started early. We've got another baby intern arriving today, so soon we will have a team to take on all the babies. Just moved to the Neverland door, just so we can get a little bit of fresh air and have a little bit of a look outside. Abu is very interested in what's outside. He's been watching all the people walk past, and he's been working on his movement. A little bit more coordinated today. Not 100% there, but getting there. This is Abu. He has the hiccups.
Josephine just woke up and she loves to explore when she's awake. She usually has lots of energy. She also loves sucking on her fingers. She's very coordinated and she can move around very well. Are you awake, guys? Is it hard being a baby? What's that grumpy face for Josephine? You're going to explore. What are you doing, Mr. Wriggles? Wow, look at you walking all on your own. How's it going, Josephine? Is that milk yummy? Wow, look at how well you're walking. Milk? You're too busy exploring. Where are you going, Josephine?
When we're trying to capture them in videos, and they're like, stop, I'll turn around.
We'll just show you their back.
Well, as you can see with these little ones, they spend most of the time either eating or sleeping, very little playing around. They're not very active at this age. If they are active, it's for a very, very short period of time, especially as this is only about the second day in their lives. But you're going to see how quickly these little guys are developing if you continue watching the program, how quickly they start getting mobile and moving around and getting active and start testing out things, and their little personalities and everything will start coming out. So it's unfortunate at this stage that people think they make cute little pets because they look cute. There is no doubt they are the cutest little things you've ever seen. But, of course, this little thing and this little face is going to grow up into a mean little monkey later on with teeth that can bite, that wants its own way, worse than a teenager. And it's not very, very easy to actually look after them and give them what they need, especially with it being a social animal. It needs its family, it needs its troop, it actually needs to be chastised in a certain way, and it also needs to learn its own manners, which we are not capable of giving to it. So they end up taking advantage of people very, very quickly, and also this is where people get bitten, and these monkeys actually get transferred from one owner to another because nobody can handle them anymore. So please get over the cuteness here and just realize this is for a very short period of time in their lives. They will be adults soon. Besides that, thanks everybody for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the new season 6 as we've just started, and slowly we'll be building up as little monkeys come in, and we can watch their little lives progressing from these little fuddly little guys that can't really get around. They're becoming little monkeys and joining the troops, and hopefully to get moms soon. So we've got a short period of time to do that. We've got to get the moms very quickly within 4 weeks time. So let's see how things go. Thanks everyone for watching.